My name is Jim Mola, and I'm proud to have been a Vater artist since 1991. I'm here to tell you a little bit about the video you're about to see. Making drumsticks goes back in the Vater family to the early 1950s in the basement of Jack's Drum Shop in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, decades later, Jack Adams' grandsons, Alan and Ron Vater, continue to produce drumsticks with the same high quality, care, and attention to detail that Jack started by hand way back then. Today, drummers like yourself from all over the world have chosen Vater sticks. Many of your favorite drummers also use Vater. Drummers like Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Stuart Copeland from The Police, Scott Travis from Judas Priest, Josh Freese, Brian Fraser Moore, Spanky, Morgan Rose from Sevendust, Mike Wengren from Disturbed, Chris Dave, Derek Roddy, Sean Kinney of Alice in Chains, Nathan Followill from Kings of Leon, Shannon Leto of 30 Seconds to Mars, Big Mike Clemens, Mike Byrne from Smashing Pumpkins, and Mike Johnston. In this quick video, Alan Vater will give you a brief tour of Vater's factory located just south of Boston, Mass, and show you how the finest drumsticks in the world are manufactured.
Hi, I'm Alan Vater, and I want to tell you about my great company, Vater Percussion. We've been making drumsticks longer than any of our competitors. My grandfather, Jack Adams, opened a drum shop in 1944 on Stewart Street in Boston. My grandfather was a great drummer, played for great people like Ella Fitzgerald and Bing Crosby. In 1956, my grandfather got together with my godfather, Fred Michaely, and said, you know, Fred, we need to make some drumsticks because we can't really find good ones. So downstairs in their store, they worked together at night and started crafting drumsticks. Those drumsticks started being used by great drummers like Buddy Rich, Billy Joe Jones, and Elvin Jones. That was the start of Vater Percussion generations ago. Today, we've emulated those very steps of sanding, shaping tips, lacquering, labeling, and pairing the sticks. Today, we manufacture over 25,000 sticks a day, and we do it with the same pride as they did back then. I'd like to show you today some of the techniques of how we make drumsticks now. The secret to making great drumsticks is starting off with fantastic material. We use shell bark and shag bark species hickory. Hickory's got a great resilient quality. It's what they make striking tools out of. Hammer handles, axe handles, sledgehammers. It's very hard, very strong. When you hit it, you don't get the shock in your hands. We also use sugar maple for our maple sticks. As a matter of fact, a lot of the baseball bats that are used today are made out of this sugar maple. It's got a very light feel to it in weight, but it's also very strong. One of the secrets to our material is that we dry it to a higher moisture content. We use a 10 to 12% moisture content. Some of our competitors dry it to furniture grade, which is 6 to 8%. Wood is two things. It's cellulose fiber and it's water. The more water you extract from the wood, the weaker the wood will be. The more water you leave in, the heavier the stick will be and the stronger it will be. We use exclusively to make our drumsticks back knife lathes. Back knife lathes make a really nice, clean, beautiful cut. It really emulates the hand turning of a stick that my grandfather used to do and my godfather used to do years ago. By using a back knife lathe, it takes the dowel and it shaves it into a drumstick, and this is what you turn out with. After the stick is initially turned, it needs to be sanded. We sand it in our special sanders that turn at 3,600 RPMs. Gives it a very nice finish. We use 2 grits of paper. We use 100 grit and 120 grit. 100 first, 120 second, giving you a really nice feel. Then the stick is cut. We cut off the butt end, and then we cut off the tip end. Now we have a stick that's almost completely finished being shaped. Last thing we have to do is shape the tip. And what we do is it comes down to a cradle, almost like a pencil sharpener. It gets zipped in and gets zipped out, and then the tip is shaped. Each stick has a specific knife to make sure that the tip is molded correct to the right size. The nylon tip looks like this before the tip goes on. We have a very special machine that we developed to put these tips on. We use a mechanical and a chemical bond. The mechanical bond is making sure that there's a force fit onto the stick. The chemical bond is to make sure that the tip stays on the stick. The glue, as the tip gets put on, spreads and comes around the back and creates a lock. A lot of companies have problems with their tips coming off. We guarantee them not to come off. Now we go on to finishing. Finishing the stick, it's taking years and years of trying to figure out how to do it correctly. We use tumblers to finish our sticks. In the old days, we used to dip one stick by stick. Now what we do is you do 450 sticks at a time. We have a two-part process to our finishing. We do a seal coat, then we let it dry for 10 minutes, then it goes into the tumbler again, and it gets the lacquer coat on it. The lacquer coat has to dry for a 24-hour period. We then put the sticks into the polishing bin. The polishing bin is a tumbler just like we use for the lacquering. It spins the stick. We use small birch pegs, which are made out of very soft wood. Birch is very soft, hickory is very hard. As these sticks have an action, a rubbing action on the stick, as it goes through the tumbler, it takes all the little burrs off of the stick and gives you that really nice smooth feel. The next step is to quality control the stick. We roll each stick, we roll it twice. First we roll it on bars that are 8 inches apart. And what we're doing is we're taking out all the sticks that are warped or have cosmetic defects. Second step to the quality control is after the stick has been initially looked at and rolled, then I take the stick and I roll it again. And what I do is I roll it on a black surface, kind of emulating what a drummer would do in a store when he's purchasing his sticks, making sure that everything is perfect and nothing was missed during the first roll. After I've done my job, make sure that the stick is a perfect Vater stick, it's time to put the label on. Each stick has its own plate and its own label. The machine is a custom machine that prints the stick, walks the stick, and counts the stick. After the stick is labeled, it's time for pairing. We take this very serious at Vater. We want to make sure that each pair is perfect for you. We weigh the sticks and we tone match the sticks. We do this through a process with computer analysis. It reads the frequency of the stick and it gets matched with another stick that's exactly like it. And then after that, the sticks are matched up, shrunk wrapped into bricks of 12, barcoded correctly, and ready for the store. As you can see, we've taken the old way of making sticks and now modified the process into making over 25,000 sticks a day. We really take pride in what we do here at Vater Percussion. As we say, quality is everything.